fought for the truth, and he delivered it delicately, deliberately, and diligently and gracefully, might I say, to abuse of power. Do we stand by him in the name of truth? They teach us about genocide in school, and they take our diplomas back when we stand up for what we learned. They give us access to health care and hormones, and they take it back when it helps us heal. But Logan Rosos did not submit to falsehood because what he learned in school is the truth. We don't submit to hatred. We don't submit to oppression and persecution or political manipulation. May we stand on the principles that made us live and be free, the principles that made us joy and made us colorful as fuck. We stand on the principles that made us dance and vogue and strut down the runway in variations of beauty that have never been seen before. In the name of God, we were created to love and be as beautiful as we are in peace, and no one can take that away. So no, we don't submit to violence and abuse of power. We submit to justice. We submit to gentleness. We submit to generosity. We submit to genuineness. We submit to love. This is what stops us in a moment of uncontrollable anger. This is what compels us to forgive or let go. It's what demands our attention when we see a child who is hurt or someone in need asking for help, or when someone simply asks us to listen. Love is what calls us to action when the irrevocable freedoms of our comrade citizens of any race, gender, class, country, or religion is under attack. Our will to love, no matter what, is the foundation of our pride, and it always has been. Real, sincere love is what brought us here to this celebration of irrevocable freedom. We are here because we've always been here, and we are not going anywhere. We exist in every city, and every country, and every race, and every employment field, and we are all up in everything and in more genders than a lot of cis people can count. We exist across time and space. Get into it. We are transdimensional, and they can't keep track of our pronouns. But that's all right, because we are all of it, with and because of love. And so I want to introduce you to a family who's been living and speaking that truth in the name of love. And so please give it up for Stephen and Hobbs Chukumba. I know, I see them. I wanted to give you a hug first.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can we give it up for India, please? My name is Stephen Chukumba. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I am an ally, a black man, an activist, and the father of Hobbs Chukumba. I am so grateful to be here with all of you. I'm grateful to be here with my son. I'm grateful to be here together in community with all of you, families, advocates, and freedom fighters. Being here with you means everything to me. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey, about our journey. The year after Hobbs' mother passed away, when our family was already navigating some pretty difficult times of grief and change, Hobbs came to me and he shared his identity with me. He shared that he was a transgender boy. And I remember sitting across from him, looking him in his eyes, and thinking and feeling one thing: love. There was no fear, no hesitation, just clarity. My job was, and will always be, to protect, affirm, and love my child. That's it. That's it. Supporting my child isn't radical. It isn't brave. It's what love is supposed to be, unconditional. But in this country, right now, doing what's right as a parent can make you a target. Families like mine are being attacked, not in some abstract way, but in real, tangible ways. Legislators are passing laws designed to isolate our kids, to isolate our families, to punish us for loving them, and to erase their identities altogether. And while many will try to frame these laws as parental rights, like, let's be serious, the only parents that they are fighting for are the ones who would reject, suppress, and or abandon their children.
Sorry, he's a lot taller than me. Hello, everyone. My name is Hobbs Chakumba. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm very proud to be here today. I'm proud to be given the chance to stand in front of all of you and speak my truth. I'm proud to be trans. I'm proud to be standing next to my dad, who has always had my back and supported me through everything. Gender-affirming care has helped me feel like myself. It gives me the confidence to walk through life with my head held high. It gives me peace in my mind and in my body. It gives me life as I see myself and as I want others to see me. This isn't politics. This is survival. This is about dignity. It's about truth. It's about being able to live authentically. But unfortunately, right now, so many trans kids don't have what I have. They're scared. They're scared of losing their health care, of being forced to hide who they are, of being torn away from people who love them and who they love. No one should grow up wondering if they're safe making their own healthcare decisions, if they're safe attending school, playing sports, going to the bathroom. Every kid deserves to feel safe. Every kid deserves to be supported. Every kid deserves the freedom to be themselves.
All right, he is a little shorter than I am, so. These threats to families like mine are not theoretical. I will never forget the day I got a call from my very good friends, Lisette and Jose Trujillo. They told me that they were leaving the United States, leaving the life they had built, the home they had bought, their business, their families, because they did not feel safe raising their son Daniel in the United States anymore. This isn't an abstract fear. I need everyone to really appreciate what I'm saying. The idea that someone could knock on your door and rip your family apart, it brought everything into focus. ICE agents had dragged families out of their homes just down the block from where the Trujillos lived. This is the reality we're living in. These anti-trans laws are not just policy, they're threats. They're making families like mine, like the Trujillos, like so many families that I know, live in fear. They're forcing people to make impossible choices. We should be protecting families, uplifting them, celebrating the love that holds them together. So, as we unveil this quilt, this trans quilt today, this beautiful symbol of resistance, let's remember, we are stitched together by love, and we will not be unraveled by hate. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. It's incredible to be here virtually to witness the unveiling of the Freedom to Be panels displayed on the National Mall. Although we're saddened not to be there in person with you all, we can feel the love and solidarity of our community from across the ocean.
As you know, freedom to be means so much to all of us. It's a freedom of expression, of speech, the right to access gender-affirming care, and to live openly without fear for our safety. Freedom to be means being reflected back to ourselves in the books we read, our schools, at work, and in our families. And freedom to be means that we can also access public accommodations without laws that prohibit us. And freedom to be means that being trans is celebrated, to know that we are loved and valued. Freedom to be means living with pride and dignity. We have the freedom to be in this very moment. The fact that we are here together in solidarity and community is proof of that. We embody freedom just by being ourselves, and we will not let anyone make us afraid or erase us.
To all the families who are feeling scared and vulnerable, remember that there is power in community and that our love for our children is powerful and a conduit for change. Remember that proximity always changes hearts. Keep telling your stories, showing up at state legislatures, and keep doing all you can to protect trans youth. Together we can build a better future for our trans loved ones, a future where they have the right and the freedom to be.
How y'all doing? Yes, give it up for that amazing, amazing family. It takes so much to stay, but even more to uproot and leave out of fear. My name is Mariah Moore. I am the Director of Policy and Programs at Transgender Law Center, serving our community respectfully since 2002 as an organization, and I'm deeply honored to be here today, representing the South and representing all those who are fighting for justice wherever you are, especially in hostile states and around the world. I speak today not only as an activist, but as a proud Black trans woman from New Orleans, Louisiana. And I know firsthand what it means to survive and to lead with love. When I think of freedom to be, I imagine a world where we are no longer forced to explain our existence, where our brilliance is celebrated, not criminalized, where our care, our joy, and our truth are not acts of resistance, but simply life. I imagine children growing up free from boxes, free from binaries, and free from fear. I imagine us whole. And I know that world is possible because we're here together and we're building it. Thank you. Trans people, Black trans women, have always led. Even when no one said our names, we were at the front lines fighting, organizing and creating, not because it was easy and not because we were invited, but because we knew that deep in our bones that no one was coming to save us but us. And that legacy is one of care, because care is and will always be our legacy. Thank you. At Transgender Law Center, our program, Black Trans Circles, is just one example of how we are reclaiming healing and leadership. We know that organizing without healing is unsustainable, and we are creating spaces where Black trans women can not only survive, but breathe, rest, grieve, and dream. Because we deserve that, because we are worthy. I just want to add, Raquel Willis created that program. Thank you. We've always been here. Trans people, especially Black trans people, have always been here, a part of this country and this world story. Even when we didn't have the words, we existed. In the kitchens, in the fields, in the ballrooms, in the back pews of the church, we were there. We are not a trend, not a phase. We are not new, and we are not going anywhere. This moment asks us to remember who we are, to remember that we are the dreams of our ancestors and that we carry their strength, And every time we choose to show up, to speak out, to build community, we are saying we are still here. Every time we choose to engage in discourse with external factors and amongst each other, we're saying that we care because we are still here. And that is powerful, it is necessary, and that means that we are leaders. For those of us who stay and fight in places where leaving isn't an option, we dig deep. In Louisiana, we organize and we build block by block. We show up for each other when systems don't. We cook for each other, and until you've had a pot of red beans cooked by me, I don't think you've had some yet. But we celebrate each other, no matter how small our wins. We build joy in the cracks of a system that wants to break us, and that is what resilience really looks like. A lot of people like to talk about oppression and how it's worked and how genocide is worked. But while these systems may be at work, they will not work, and they are not working because as long as we are here, that is proof and evident that they will never work. And so I say this to every trans person fighting to be free: you are not alone. To those who choose to be visible, who choose to be seen, to those who choose to be unseen, to those we know, to those we may never meet, we are here for you. You are powerful, you are loved, and you are already enough. We are not just demanding freedom. We are living, breathing, walking proof that a better world is not only possible, it's already in motion. Thank you so much for having me, ACLU, and I'm so honored to represent Transgender Law Center. I'm going to go ahead and introduce an amazing artist, artivist, and activist, my sister, the icon, Shia Diamond.
When I say freedom, you say freedom to be. Freedom. 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 Now, 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 now. 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 There's an outcast in everybody's life, and I am her. There's a shadow in everybody's front door, and I am her. There's a dark cloud in everybody's sunlight, and I am her. Oh, you know I am her. All that glitters isn't gold. At least that's what I've been told. I got so many issues and problems that I go through. Sometimes I can't sleep at night. If I hide my face, heaven forbid, it wouldn't be the worst thing that I ever did. It's a hell of a world that we're living in. James 2:10, a sin is a sin. Don't look at me immediately and whisper behind my back thinking I'm naive. It's my southern hospitality tolerates more BS than even I can believe. There's an outcast in everybody's life, and I am her. There's a dark cloud in everybody's sunlight, and I am her. There's a shadow in everybody's front door, and I am her. Oh, you know I am her. Your ignorance leaves a hell of a stench. The aroma lingers on, generations have known. Ain't it ironic, the smarter we get, the less we understand about the simplest shit. I am shame, she is me. We get down with our bad selves figuratively. Don't what other people say. I get along swell by my goddamn self. Never ask for no one's philosophy. It's obvious I'm proud of me. Yeah, yeah. There's an outcast in everybody's life, and I am her. There's a shadow in everybody's front door, and I am her. There's a dark cloud in everybody's sunlight, and I am her. Oh, you know I am her. Now, 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 now. 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 Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I told your hand.
Let's hear it one more time for Shea Diamond. Shea, I'd love if you, I don't know if you would like to do this, but I would love for you to go up to the stage and address the crowd. Is that all right, y'all, if we break the program for her to address y'all for just a second? Let's welcome her back to the stage. Thank you, thank you. It's such an honor to have this stage right now, to be able to speak when right now we feel unheard and unseen. So hello, beautiful people. I said hello, beautiful people. I stand before you as a beautiful, proud black trans woman, a singer, a survivor, a truth teller, but most of all, a woman who finally got the chance to live in her truth, fully, freely, and unapologetically, because of gender-affirming care. You see, gender-affirming care isn't just about medicine. It's about mirrors. Finally seeing yourself reflected in the way you feel inside. It's about freedom, the kind that lets you walk into a room without hiding behind a mask. It's about healing, not just from the trauma of being misunderstood, but from the constant ache of being unseen. Before I had access to gender-affirming care, I lived in a world that constantly told me I was wrong for simply existing. I was told my voice was too loud, my dreams were too big, and my identity was too much. But when I was finally given the tools to align with my body and my spirit, I found peace. I found confidence. I found power. Gender-affirming care saved my life. It gave me the strength to sing louder, love harder, and to fight with more fire than ever before. You better say that. It didn't just change how the world sees me. It changed how I see me. To every young trans person out there listening, you deserve joy. You deserve support. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve a future where your identity is not debated but celebrated. Where your existence is not a political issue, but a personal journey that only you can travel. We are not statistics. We are not punchlines. We are not your property. We are beauty. We are brilliance. We are bold, unapologetic, and free to be that and more. Gender-affirming care gave me back my reflection. And honey, what a gorgeous reflection it is.
Please give another hand for Shea Diamond. for that fabulous performance and that fabulous word. I was being transported, I gotta tell you. Now, throughout the crowd, y'all, I gotta tell you that you've been given signs reminding us of why we are here today. To fight for our bodies, our lives, and our freedom to be ourselves. Also, there's some water out there for people. I know that y'all are sitting in the sun and you are baking. So we want to make sure that you are hydrated, and there may be a can or two of sunscreen. I hope it, you know, just try to share. I don't know how many, we'll find out how many servings are in the can. But those signs that we passed out earlier, please put all those signs in the air right now. I want to see those signs. Let's make some noise with those signs. I know a lot of people came in from around the area and around the country today, so can we hear from those people? Pennsylvania, where you at? New York City, where you at? New Jersey, where you at? West Virginia? D.C.? How? Okay, so I'm going to try this really quickly. Can we please try a quick cheer moment? I would love that, if that's okay with you. Please. Okay, we're going to get our voices up and our signs up all at the same time. This will be a fabulous social media moment. Okay. I'm going to say freedom to be, and you say for you and me. Let's practice. Freedom to be. Freedom to be. Freedom to be. That's right. All right, all right. We're going to do more of that a little bit later. One of the biggest things that we want people to take away from this monument and this event is that trans people are making homes and finding community for each other across the country. So I want to walk you through another cheer so people hear us loud and clear. When I say no erasure, no despair, you say trans people are everywhere. No erasure, no despair. Okay, we try it again. No erasure, no despair. Trans people are everywhere. Damn it. I can't even say it. I'm gonna get it. No erasure, no despair. No erasure, no despair. No erasure, no despair. Beautiful. Before we keep this show moving, we wanted today to be all about joy and celebration and strength of our community, but it's also a day of action. Now, behind me on stage and on signs posted around the event today, you'll find a QR code that'll take you to a page to sign up to help us defend trans freedom from the threats that surround it today. You'll also see that if you text freedom to 82623, you can stay in the loop on everything happening with the U.S. versus Scrimeti, ACLU, and ACLU's fight for transgender justice. That's freedom, text it to 82623. And as a reminder, we are here today because of the Supreme Court's considering a challenge brought by the ACLU on behalf of 3 fabulous young trans people against a law banning the healthcare that they need. Families, advocates, and medical experts from around the country filed briefs in support of these 3 teenagers, and one of those is our next speaker. Please welcome, from the hit Showtime series Yellow Jackets, actress and writer, and fierce icon in the making, Nicole Maines.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Well, today. What time is it? I don't know. I'm from Los Angeles. Oh, I'm just gonna do that. I'm in Flats. So, recently, while I was out to dinner with a big group of people, I was talking to a very good friend of mine, and I was getting to know this new friend of hers who I was meeting for the first time. And eventually, at one point in the evening, my being trans came up, and she let out that big gasp that she gives. And she looked at me with that familiar combination of fascination and awe and disbelief. And then with complete earnest said, "I am going to give you the biggest compliment I can." You know what's coming. "I would never have thought you were trans." I know. No, I know. It's a shame. She had really pretty front teeth. Hey. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. I'm very used to these kinds of qualified compliments. I know what she thought she meant, and I know that she was just trying to tell me that I look good, despite my transness. Hey now. So, because I am trying to display less patterns of biological male violence, I simply replied that yes, gender-affirming care works. And then I proceeded to explain to the table why it was so imperative for me as a minor to have had access to the hormone blockers that allowed me to forego male puberty and mature into the lovely young woman that they were so surprised by. Of course, the topic of conversation was quickly changed because, as it turns out, nobody wants a TED Talk for their birthday. It's difficult, right? You know, I don't want to bring down the vibe. I don't want to ruin anyone's night or be the one that reminds us all of the train tracks that we're all collectively tied to. But if I don't talk about it, and I don't address it when and where, okay, no, do your thing. No, go save somebody. Put out the fire. But if I don't talk about it, and I don't address it when and where it comes up, it never gets addressed. And then she goes on and she says that comment to somebody else. No, it wasn't her fault. She didn't have anything against trans people, and she and I and our mutual friend continued to go on and have a lovely evening together, because turns out she also liked the weed. But her problem was just that she was raised in the same world we all were. One that doesn't take any time to dispel all of the stereotypes about trans people that have been very deliberately manufactured and sold over the last 100+ years. Every single one of us who has ever owned a television has been taught exactly what to expect of trans people. And even without modern media's help, people are used to a very specific image of us. And it's not one that we chose for ourselves, but it's one that was the result of our oppression and lack of any other option. Now, of course, the specific image that I am referring to is, of course,